recapping the auction from last night. Brandon, watch. Is it Jover? God damn it. I hate that like Brandon says anyway so much that anytime I say anyway, you guys start saying, oh, it's just like Joe Biden. I say anyway a lot. Okay. I say anyway a lot. Anyway. Trump Vance in 1 hour. Oh, there's a Trump Vance rally. Holy shit. I didn't even realize. Okay. Is it Jover? Nancy Pelosi has some ideas. It's going to be boring as fuck. Yeah. Yemen. Israel retaliates at Yemen for Tel Aviv drone strike. Jay declares Israel to be apartheid state. And later I will be... Did the Zinfluence article that Axios put out? Wait, what? I didn't see that. Okay. Playing UV2 against FaZe in pickup ball. Pickup B-ball. Get in now. Hogs lined up for over a mile to see him. He's supposed to be live in 6 minutes officially. He's never on time. That motherfucker's never on time. All right. Do we have a good blast off meme? I guess we got the gaming with Kaya meme. I'll just use that as a blast off meme. All right, let's do it. Crooks flew a drone over the rally. Major Secret Service L. No shot. Yeah, the Trump rally is definitely not going to be as good as the last Trump rally. Let's be real. Like I said, lightning never strikes twice. I mean, that'd be crazy. That'd be unimaginable. And I suspect that they will probably have all the rooftops covered this time. So, oh yeah, I saw this morning. This was awesome. I Show Speed just like happens to accidentally have the best possible politics.
Oh, Tom, that's what I meant.
You're Northern Ireland.
Huh?
As in, like, you're not in the Republic of Ireland.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, I'm not. Sorry.
What is she talking about? We're in Ireland. What? This is Ireland, right? Chat, this is Ireland. What is she talking about, y'all? We are here in Ireland.
Dude, he has become my favorite content creator with his politics. He has my favorite. Out of all the content creators, he has the best politics. I'll just say it. Loves Red Sun in the Sky. He's been Free Palestine before all the Zoomers got on board with it, and does not recognize Northern Ireland as a separate entity. I mean, he's crazy. He's got it all. Also made a baby cry today. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, babies have bad politics, so I'm glad that he did that. I mean, he ain't wrong, by the way, in terms of the United Ireland thing. Look at this. An all-party committee has called for preparations for a united Ireland to begin immediately, saying that every government department should examine the implications of a constitutional change. Right? Turns out, I Show Speed is going all around the planet with a copy of the Red Book and preaching the good word of Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong is on the mind for me right now because in the Patreon episode, Cutie and I got into an argument, a debate, over who is a more famous figure, Mao Zedong or Taylor Swift, but I won't leak anything else other than that. Motorcycle Diaries 2. How does someone accidentally be so base so often? I don't know. I mean, the donut thing was what sealed the deal for me. Will you and Ludwig be able to set aside your differences and work as a team? I hope so. I hope he will be down. Doesn't Mao just win by the size of China alone? I think so too, but did you watch the baby clip with Speed though? Pretty bad look for him. Bro, babies cry all the time. I haven't seen the clip, but I just don't care. Like, oh man, Speed himself is a baby. He's like barely not a baby. Okay. Oh, we put 10K on the line for the 2v2 max with Jason. Yeah, he told me that last night out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, there's 10K on the line. I was like, what do you mean? You see RDC versus FaZe play last night. Max gonna cook you guys. I saw clips of it, but I would like to see it again if you send it to me.
You a Turkish?
Yes.
You Turkish?
Yeah.
How did you know? Sir. Maharaban.
Yeah.
Donor. A donor. You know what a donor is?
Maharaban.
Yes, sir. W Turkish people. W Turkish people. Sorry, chap. Our goal is to get inside. I want to go in one of the buildings. Our goal is to go in. Yo, how'd the driver get like close?
Donor. W donor. Is it Max on your team? Max is on my team for the Creator League that's happening next week, but tonight we're playing 2v2, and it's supposed to be Lud and I versus. It's supposed to be Ludwig and I versus Max and Jason. I don't want to count out Lud, but it seems like 2v2 will be mostly a 2v1. Nah, I trust Lud. I trust Ludwig. I think he can pull it off. It's you and Lud versus Max, to be honest. All right, Jason is actually pretty good. Will it be streamed? Yes, I will be streaming. I suspect Jason will be streaming as well. But that's the upcoming. That's next weekend. This weekend we got some different shit. But Max scored all 12 points in their 2v2 against RDC. Do you have a clip for it? They're storming the White House. Democratic protesters stormed the White House, calling on President Joe Biden to drop out. This is gay January 6th, dude. That's awesome.
Hey, ho, ho. Thank you, Joe. It's time to go. Hey, ho, ho.
Let's say you complain all the time while playing. I think it doesn't. You actually have to defend Max, get ready to run. I know. I'm actually kind of worried about that because he's so much faster than me. That's not really storming. Thank you, Joe. It's time to go. No fucking whale him out. I mean, this is the most Democratic Party ass shit, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, this is the most Democratic Party ass way of protesting. Like, they're like, please gently asking Joe Biden to step aside. Hey, is your schedule on Twitch broken? It said you wouldn't stream today. What do you mean? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how you can see a schedule on Twitch. I stream every day, my friend. Like, unless I tell you otherwise, I'll stream every day.
That's right, Alex. This is
Shooter flew a fucking drone over the goddamn thing. Okay, that's crazy. Schedule tab on your profile. The schedule is set for normal time. After that, it goes away unless changed. Oh, that's what it is. Have you addressed the yard allegations?
To begin with?
I heard they said I was a ball hog. And I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'll just own up to it and say, yeah, I'm a ball hog. Sometimes you got to do that, and it's 5-on-5 full court. I'm not gonna talk shit about my teammates, so I'll just say it. Yeah, I'm a ball hog, I guess, reluctantly. Nobody likes playing with ball hogs. Do you? Okay, you guys know me well enough. I like winning. Do you think that I would like to play guard? No, I hate that, actually. It's my least favorite position to play. I'll think about like what could have happened for that to occur. I hate like I need a guard. Like, I need a guard to be able to play well, especially if we're playing 5-on-5. I can't play the role of a guard. I can play everything from a power forward to center. I can't play anything beneath that. I can't play a guard. Like, I'm too big. I'm not good enough at ball handling. Low basketball IQ. No, it's not low basketball IQ. It's the fact that I am slower than a worse person who is going to be a smaller person. A smaller person that's faster than me is and closer to the ground is going to have an easier time dribbling or stealing the ball from me. Even from power forward to center, dog does 2 positions. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Can we watch the clip? I want to hear what they said. Yeah.
Tell you about an Instalock Reina in the game of basketball, aka Hassan.
Oh, I will say, number one most complaints per person I've ever heard about one guy to show up. Hassan decimated the vibes. I wasn't there. This is just what I've heard.
Oh, I see. Because he's good, right? And it's like I'm playing with an Instalock Reina and he's smurfing. Yeah. But like he's also swinging out every round. And so game 1 it works, they win. Game 2 they've caught on. He's getting
no. Game 1 I had a guard. Game 2 I did not. That's the difference. That's it. I had someone who could play point on game 1. I had no one who could play point on game 2. That was it. He's still doing it. I mean, it's true. I can't play point. And at a certain point, like, you have to try and max out. 2v2 is obviously different because like 2v2 you can do for 2v2 you can basically like pass it in, you know what I mean, because it's like take backs, make it take it, so you can always you have to check up top, so when that happens you could just like kind of pass it in. or I can pass it to Lud and then he can pass it back to me. But like, if we're doing 5-on-5 full court, I need like one person who can carry the ball up to the fucking 3-point line. You know what I mean? Mamba mentality. If your teammates ain't doing it, you got to do it to yourself. Yeah, that's what it was.
Locked down D by Stadler, but he takes every shot regardless. Didn't pass the ball one time, took like 20 shots, missed every single shot, lost like 15 seconds less.
Wow.
Yeah, we lost pretty bad.
And then he probably fucking blamed it on some country. That's what he does. It's political. Yeah.
Dude, Alex and Alexa went to the fucking CIA base.
Yeah, that's
They made that video, and I saw them in K-Town last week, and I was like, did you guys get pulled aside? Like, did you guys have any trouble getting in? And they were like, no.
They have less trouble than Josh and Miles.
It's crazy how they get in after everything they've done.
Wait, they didn't get in, right?
They did.
Yeah.
They're here.
That's it. That's all they said. He's got legs I'm enjoying. Blocking on handles, big dog. It's not hard to get. It's not that hard to get decent and not be a liability. Okay, first of all, like the 5-on-5 that I was playing with Lud and Co is very different than like an actual game. So don't worry. Max and Mark are already doing a 1v1 before the event, and I think Team Mark might already be cooked. So
I was like, when a delusional nigga so confident.
he's very good. So the thing is with Max, like he's obviously much shorter than me. He's one of the people I'm going to be playing against tonight in the 2v2. But the problem is he can shoot. So normally a guy like that who's got handles like that, obviously like I have to give him distance, right? I can't play up close defense because he'll break my fucking ankles. The issue is he's so much faster than me and he's got great handles. You sound worried? I'm just honest. I'm not going to I don't think I ever exaggerate my capabilities at all when it comes to basketball. Like, I don't think he can shoot over you, to be honest. No, he probably can because I have to give him space. Because if I'm guarding him, which I have to, right? I have to give him space because otherwise he's going to pass me every time. But if I give him space, then he can shoot. So there's no way I can play up close. Like, look at that. That's a fucking crazy, that's a really good move. That right there is that's like TikTok moves right there. That behind the back, look at that. Like, that's wild that he did that. He's gonna blow out my fucking ankles, my knees. If I play up close, he's gonna destroy me. So that's like something I'm not legitimately worried about. He played Mark 12-0. That's Mark from RDC. He's the coach of the Creator League. He's coach of one of the teams. I will be at DreamCon next week. DreamCon is a convention for RDC. And Max destroyed him 12-0. Just make sure he doesn't get the ball for real. Yeah. The only shot we have is tonight. The only shot we have is if these guys basically take like a high risk shot, don't make it, we get the rebound, and then I just go heavy on the post. And I told Lud, I was like, listen, what's going to happen is if we get the ball, I'm going to post up. They're going to start having to double me when I post up. If they don't, I'll just keep posting. Once they double me, I need you in the pocket. I need you in a place where you are comfortable shooting from. Not some like crazy janky 3-point shot. I need you to fucking get a high percentage shot off every time. I'm going to pass it to you. You're going to take the shot. That is what needs to happen. That's the only way we can beat these guys, because the reality is, they both are decent. Like Jason is above average, and Max is very good. I think Jason beat Ludwig, right? That means you're gonna have to hit your shots in the post, big dog. Well, they're both like 5'8". So as long as I can cover, as long as I can protect the ball when I'm posting up, Like the only thing they can try and do is grab it while I'm dribbling in. They can't do anything. If I get the ball, anywhere in the paint, they can't do anything. Just gave away your game plans, so they most certainly are watching this. Anyone with like above third grade basketball understanding knows that is the only opportunity we have. They already know that. They don't even know how I play, and they know that because they know my size, and that's it. If you kick the lud, I'm beating your ass. If they 5'8" and you pass out, you weak as fuck. Listen, I'm not fucking around, okay? My goal is to take high percentage shots. Whichever way we do it goes. I don't give a shit. Max shitting on you? Pick and roll to get a mismatch? They're both mismatches. What do you mean pick and roll to get a mismatch? Do you think there are chatters in here that can beat you in basketball 1v1? Yes. There are chatters in this community that like, dude, there are Hasanabi heads in this community with Super Bowl rings. Like, I'm sure that there are plenty of fucking like NCAA, D1, and beyond, like G League, maybe like European players. Like there's plenty of people in here that are like casually better as well. There was an Australian league, dude. My cousin watches you sometimes. He's in the CBA. Okay, well, not your cousin, but everyone else. I've always maintained the position that like most people that have played even D3 basketball could likely beat me. Like D3 and above, you will beat me. Because when you're playing against, I've played against pros, like former pros, many times in the past. There is something very different about the way pros play, and that is explosiveness. Okay? Basketball is mostly about being explosive and being able to switch your momentum, going from slow to super fast instantaneously. And most players that have even played up to like D3 level, NCAA, have obviously solid enough fundamentals, but it's just like the explosiveness that is unmatched. No one in a regular 5-on-5, 1v1, 2v2, regular pickup basketball has the same level of torque and same level of control over explosiveness that like any player who has played up to the college level has. You're D1 and yapping, and you also forgot the ad break? No, I ran a 1-minute ad break because I had just started. For me, I don't have that. I'm a big boy, and I'm pretty straightforward. Like, I'm a big boy. By the way, yeah, you guys saw that Trump is live now. I used to follow him, and I still do, but he's now unbanned off the platform, so I guess he's streaming on Twitch as well. Be honest, any high school varsity player with 1,500 students can beat you. Wait, what? I mean, I sometimes play against high school players. I mean, I don't think any high school player can beat me. Like, I wouldn't go that far. Have you changed your stream key since using an IRL backpack? Yeah, no, I know that she could technically do that. Act strong too. No, I'm not too worried about that. It's technically 2v1. Jason is tired and sore. Apparently he did horrible against RDC yesterday. Just have to worry about Max. I mean, I am worried about Max. Max is very good. And as much as a counter as I am to him with my size, he is a very good counter to me because he's a shooter who is very fast, which means if he was acid shooting, this would not be a problem for me. Okay? If he was acid shooting, I could literally just give him all the distance on the fucking planet, let him try to take shots off. Maybe every now and then I come up a little bit and panic him from afar, and then pick up the rebound every single time. The issue is he's also a good shooter. He can shoot threes, so I can't let him fucking shoot threes. So I have to play close. I have to defend him pretty closely, and he's always gonna pass me. Like, there's no way he's gonna pass me when I'm defending him. And Lud's going to try and do maybe a little bit of help defense. And then Jason is wide open. And no matter how sore Jason is, when he's wide open, he can still fucking take a layup. So that's the issue. Yes, I did play basketball as a kid in Turkey. Y'all might have to play zone. We can't play zone. I don't think Lud knows how to do that. But anyway, I just watched this. I don't know why you guys are showing me the same clip. I mean, that's the best clip. But Politics Frog here Are you only going to talk about basketball or are we doing any light news? Hustle. I know I'm annoying, lol. Look at the fucking title. It's kind of sad you have no faith in Lud. No. I'm just hypercritical of myself and also hypercritical of my teammates. I wouldn't say that I don't have any. I wouldn't say that I don't have any confidence in Lud. Lud's very strong. He can play post. Thank you, chatter. Oh, shut the fuck up, you guys. Jesus Christ, it's a fucking Saturday, okay? Calm the fuck down. Oh my God. I want to see more Max clips. We're gonna get to the news after I look at a couple more Max clips. Like, look at how much control he has. Wait, what is happening with Sudan that like the United States is like having a hard time? LeBron gives Team USA a lead with 8 seconds to go. That's crazy. The fuck? How the fuck did they drop 30 on like? How the fuck did they drop 30 on fucking on the Joker, and then they're having a hard time with South Sudan? I don't even know who they have on the South Sudanese team. Like, do they have a actual solid team? USA always starts slow as fuck. Okay, but this is not slow as fuck. This is fourth quarter with 11 seconds to go. It's 199. Steve Kerr is fucking dog shit, bro. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's a auto win every time. You could have a 5-year-old coach that fucking team. What are you talking about? They literally have their bench. Okay, their second bench is literally a more formative opponent than like 90% of the fucking global teams. No matter how hard NBA players bang when they go back to their home countries and play for their fucking teams, okay? No matter how hard, and there is definitely a likelihood that you'll see like a solid bench warmer in an NBA team play and drop like 50, okay? When it comes to like repping their country. But having said that, aren't there different rules for international basketball? Yes, kind of. There's like different travel restrictions, but beyond that, the 3-point line is closer. So like, it's not even, it's insane. There's a couple differences. There's some marginal differences, but that's like, it's nothing, especially when the 3-point line is closer. It's like smaller court. You can goaltend. Like, it's just, all of the rule changes, I would say, is beneficial to the NBA. Like, you're taking like weight restrictors off almost. Yeah. Defensive, there's no 3-second violation. They shot 25% from the 3. Wait, they did? FIBA ball is different than an NBA ball? Yeah, it's easier. The NBA Spalding is like one of the most dog shit balls of all time. The NBA ball is literally the worst type of basketball to play with. Not even a joke. I've played with both balls. No, I'm telling you, the NBA balls are notoriously the worst fucking balls to play with. You don't use Spalding now, it's Wilson. But even the Wilsons that I play with are not like, I play with both balls. I grew up playing with fucking EuroLeague balls. You have to remember, I grew up in Turkey. It's got better grip. It's got significantly better grip. Anyway, yeah, FIBA 3-point line is closer to the hoop, but I guess maybe that like, that could be a bad thing because it's closer. So you're just not like used to it. Maybe, you know what I mean? Hassan, you're so slow. Yes, I know, dude. Everyone is making the same fucking ball sack joke. I know. I'm not paying attention to it because it's like every time I talk about ball handling, chat goes, huh? Ball handling, huh? Ball handling, huh? Yo, Max could dunk. He's dunking on Lud for sure. Oh yeah, I've seen this as well. This is insane.
Austin, I literally just need like 3 more days of recovery and I'm good.
Like, I can't. He can dunk. I can't. Like, think about that. And he's much shorter than me. Nothing will beat the Wilson evolution. Go to ball. I agree. It's my favorite. The threshold for a foul is much higher in FIBA. Definitely not better for NBA players. Joel Embiid is massively struggling as he hunts for fouls. USA should still smoke South Sudan, but yeah, it's an adjustment. Have you already reviewed AOC's Instagram comments? How concerned are you about what she reported as a lack of real consequences or consensus around Kamala? Apologies if repeat topic question. It is a repeat topic in question. Yes, I have, of course, reviewed AOC's live stream, both live and also the day after, as in yesterday. But I am going to talk about it a little bit today because This is the reason why I'm going to be talking about today. Pelosi voiced support for an open nomination process if Biden drops out. That is the reason why I'm going to be talking about what AOC said today, because turns out she is right on that. She was right about the chaotic lack of unity behind like Kamala Harris. And at first I thought, I said she's either lying, which I don't think she is, or she's being brutally honest and like breaking caucus and like revealing something that's pretty significant. And it turns out she is correct on this. This is the one thing that I've said is like a worse option than just going with Brandon. Apologize? Why? I agreed with her. Apologize for agreeing with her. Was this Newsmax Twitter guy actually right? No. Anyway, let's get to the news. Oh, last but not least, here's the clip of me getting drafted.
Trying to be nice. Before you even pull the list back up, I'm going with Hasanabi, but let me tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Ain't that man like 6'5"?
He's pretty big. I don't know about 6'5", but he's pretty big. I think he's over 6 feet for sure.
6'4".
Yeah, and he messaged me. He was like, "I'm hooping. Hey, Hassan, you better hoop."
I'll hoop.
I mean, if he messaged you personally, he better show up.
He got to. Look, somebody texting you, trying to help you out. What's up?
Nah, I'm doing I'm cheating.
Ain't no cheating, man.
Cheating.
You in the back room like all the other coaches do. You watching tape.
He watching tape.
I was watching tape, but it's okay. I ain't have enough time to do this. Put the list back up, man.
And then, okay, so I was the 5th pick on our team. That's not bad. There were still 3 more picks. I mean, dude, the people that came before me are actually pretty solid, right? Like pick number 4. Oh, this is not my team. This is the other team. Where is it? Hold on, let's go back to this.
Let me tell you something though.
Trying to be nice.
If they win, they should give you the pat. Okay, calm down, chatters. I am the DEI. I am the DEI pick. Not last, not a middle school nightmare. I wouldn't care. I would actually like to be picked last because then the expectations are super fucking low. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind coming across like the underdog here because these guys are all pretty fucking good. Your team is stacked. Y'all should blow them out. I mean, their team is stacked too, though. You have to remember loser mentality. Guys, there's dudes who play in like pro-am leagues against fucking Euro players and shit here. Okay? I'm not that good. I'm just big. Like I'm being realistic. It's not loser mentality at all. It's just being fucking realistic. Like Max is a significantly better asset to any team than someone like myself, especially when there are like people on the opposing team who are going to be larger than me and will be able to lock my ass down in the post. Weren't you facing Max? Is he on the same team? No. Max and I are going up against one another tonight in a couple hours. That's different. That's a totally different thing. We're doing a 2v2 tonight. This is next week. Okay? They saw your clips dunking. It's full court. IPI played every day for 10 years. He's the best there. 100% better than Duke too. You got mentioned again in 20
on the ass. And he might hit a
29-25.
I got Hasanabi for Cash Nasty because I think Hasanabi's big. So I'm just gonna assume that he know how to like use his weight for Cash Nasty too.
I got Julian Newman.
He's a bucket.
Yeah.
He's certainly a bucket. Yeah. All right, so let's.
Hey, look, I'll give you one better. I got Al Davis.
That's a loyal friend.
Cut it out. You don't.
That's a loyal friend, except
you didn't say that like you believe that. Like for real, you didn't say that. I got one better. Like that wasn't happy. You don't believe that. Let's just keep it a buck.
It don't know better.
Wait, so Lud was literally the last pick? That's crazy. That's so funny. Oh my God. Ludwig was second to last pick. Hassan, you was funnier before you lost the weight. Wait, what? One player needs to put a body on Hassan at all times. No easy rebounds. Yeah, Mark has no idea how I play. He literally texted me and was like, "Are you good? Like, can you ball?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can ball." Like, so he does not know. He just knows that I'm a big guy. That's it. That's all he knows. This is dead ass who you're playing against. Oh hell nah, dude. What the fuck, bro? Smoke and mirrors, bro. It's working on me though. If it's smoke and mirrors, but it's like it's working. He's gonna break your ankle so hard. No, he's not, because there's no world, there's no planet. If he can't shoot, it's over. It's not a problem. Plus, I probably won't be fucking. Yeah, he's 5'5". He's 5'1". Okay, listen. Anyone under 6 foot, if they can't shoot, I'm just gonna give him distance, and then it's over. Once they come near the paint, then I can fucking clamp them. It's not a problem for me. I'm telling you, okay. I'm not being like overly confident or anything. I'm being pretty honest about my capabilities from all the years of playing basketball. That's it. If he can shoot, that's a problem. Anyone like Max can shoot. So that's a terrible matchup for someone like myself tonight. Going in thinking you're going to clap is crazy. No, I'm not. I'm not going in thinking that. I'm going in thinking that every single person that is on every team except for Ludwig is better than me. That is my expectation. Straight up. Max wanted to be on Duke's team. Bro was devastated.
What's up, man?
That's crazy.
Black boy Max. Okay, a little beef there, I heard. Is that what I heard?
There's no beef, bro.
Oh,
the beef, the word about, and y'all.
Yo, not do you play with me? Not do.
Oh my God. Okay, dude. They have no respect for Mark. This is bullshit. Have some fucking loyalty, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Everyone is. Oh my God. Oh, it's not looking too good, boys. All right. It's not like Mark is playing and Duke is not playing either. I don't understand why they're so. It's not like Duke is playing. If he was playing, it'd be different. You know what I mean? If like Mark and Duke both had to play the entire time, then yeah, I get why you'd be upset. Because like obviously Duke is a pretty good player from everything I've seen. He's really good. They're trolling as a meme to glaze Duke in their community. Yeah, I know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. He average, he can just dunk, lol. They're all low-key bad Lamau except a few of them. I think Duke is a good player. I mean, dude. For pickup basketball, like, are you crazy? For like a creator tournament, like you're talking about like the best possible people are gonna be like, you know, at best like D1 players, like former D1 players that haven't played in a while, like haven't played organized basketball in a while. No, like Hassan glazing Duke too. I mean, I'm not. Like, I'm just being honest. He's good. I've seen him play. He's fucking good. He's like very athletic. Not only is he very athletic, but he's also good. Glaze is crazy. No, Glaze is like, no, Chad is not being cringe. It's a meme to fucking glaze Duke. That's why they're saying I'm doing it too. I think it was Mark who said it. There's good, then there's great, and then one level above it is glaze. I think that what I'm doing is not glaze. What I'm doing is honest. I said he's good. Oh, dude, I swear to God, my fucking community is so cancer right now. Everyone is just like white knuckling through this because they're like, I don't care about basketball. I don't care about these fucking content creators. Please, Donald Trump is speaking right now. The real GOAT is speaking. And you're over here not fucking covering it. And it's like, this shit's gonna be ass, brother. It's not gonna be as fun as the last rally, if you know what I mean, okay? Here, there you go. We'll do it. We'll start off with Donald Trump. God damn it, dude. Fucking news frogs.
But actually, the radical left reporters, of which there are quite a few, I can't believe it. I don't know why they'd have them.
I don't glaze LeBron. I'm honest about LeBron being the greatest athlete of all time. You guys are crazy. It's not glaze if it's warranted.
It's a class buster. It busts everything. Low income.
What is this fucking audio, bro? Do we have another live stream? This audio is ass cheeks.
He gets busted. Look at Germany from centuries ago. Look at every country that's had inflation.
Oh, he's live on Twitch.
I believe the greatest inflation in the history of our country. They don't even report it properly because they leave the worst numbers out. Patriotism to our schools.
He's live on Twitch. I can just watch my
We
goat
gave
live.
you already the largest tax cut in the history of our country, larger than the Reagan cuts, but now we will give you an additional tax cut, a number of tax cuts that will make it We took in more money after the tax cuts than we did prior. We took in billions and billions of dollars more after the tax cuts than we did. We had the greatest economy in the history of
Oh, he doesn't have the maxi pad no more.
We're going to slash regulations. That's what created all of those jobs and gave them bounce back jobs. You know, they're called bounce back jobs. After COVID, they bounce back.
Fucking
Everybody
2K
knows
Andy,
something
yeah.
like COVID, which rarely happens. But when you have something like that, they're called bounce back jobs. And we're going to bring down energy prices very rapidly. It was energy that caused the problem and their stupidity. And we're going to bring it down very quickly. Your energy bills will be cut in half, at least. Some sections, like in New England, I'll be able to cut their energy by 60, 70%. It's absolutely crazy what has happened with energy. We buy the oil from Venezuela. They used to be our enemy. I don't know. We buy from Venezuela. It's not really oil, it's tar. And you know, there's only one refinery in the world that can do it. It's very heavy, horrible stuff. It's garbage. It's tar. You lift it. I said, that's not oil. We want light, sweet, crude. We have the best oil. We have the best everything. We go to Venezuela. You know where they refine it? In Houston, Texas. It's the only plant in the world that can refine that stuff. So we go to Venezuela. We pay them a fortune. We take that dictatorship. We make the dictatorship wealthy. These people don't know what the hell they're doing. They're incompetent. They're grossly incompetent.
Chat really ruined the vibes to get you to watch an 80-year-old man talk about tar. Yeah. Oh, but this is like, chatters fucking come to this, dude. They're like, oh my God, Donald Trump is speaking.
America's enemies will fear us. The United States will again command the respect that it deserves. Viktor Orban, a very powerful leader of Hungary, said when asked what happened with the world that's falling to pieces, there are wars all over, he said, bring back Trump, it'll all end. It all ended. We had no problem in the world.
Oh, he has a thing. He just took the maxi pad off, but he still has something on it.
And something beautiful is going to happen because we will.
Yeah, this motherfucker ain't talking about unity, and the drama from his previous rally will not occur again. So we're moving away from that, and we're covering the actual interesting drama. Okay, White House in crisis. It's not on an open field, I don't think. White House in crisis. We're going to be talking about Brandon. We're going to be doing Brandon Watch, okay? It's Brandon Watch time, baby. Sorry, don't give a shit about Donald Trump speaking, okay?
Dozens of vulnerable Democrats are now calling on Biden to drop out of the race, fearing his support will affect them in their hotly contested down-ballot races. So let's take a look at who's pulling back from Joe Biden. These are the 34 congressional Democrats who have joined those calls, some of the most notable being Congressman Adam Schiff of California recently calling for Joe Biden to step aside. Also, Montana Senator John Tester yesterday, and vulnerable...
Bro, wait, Hassan, not a political commentator? Why are mods saying you shouldn't cover politics? Brother, I don't know if you know this, but like there is no one on the planet that talks as much about politics professionally as I do. Like, you think Jake Tapper is just fucking, after he's done with the like maximum 3 hours a day of his like political coverage 4 times a fucking week, you think he's like being demanded to talk about politics 24/7? I'm a one-man news room, basically. You understand? It's fucking Saturday. We're gonna play 2v2 basketball later. I'm very excited about it. Okay, I don't just do politics. Okay, we're gonna do politics right now because it's the election cycle, and obviously I am very invested in what's going on. But like, you know, be fucking normal, right? Not everybody in this community also comes in for like nothing but politics. There's plenty of other shit. I do variety streaming. Okay, I'm live 7 days a week. I talk about politics every single day. This week, I've done like 10-hour streams back to back to back, 11-hour streams, 12-hour streams. Sometimes I'm going to, you know, take it down a gear, right? I'm a fucking human being. Just if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Give it a shot. If you don't like the basketball talk, or if you don't enjoy the drama and all the other stuff around, like, you know, collaborations and whatnot, then you don't have to watch it. Right? Anyway, let's get back to Obama, or Biden calling Obama a puppet master. That's the drama that we're going to be talking about.
Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown announced that he wants to see the end of the campaign for Joe Biden as president. Now, these are some of the Democrats who haven't yet joined those colleagues, but they could make a huge difference in the landscape given how competitive their reelection bids are. We're watching Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey, Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, and Nevada Senator Jackie Rosen. All major swing state Democrats, and they would need to win in those states to secure the White House in November, both to maintain control of the Senate, try to win the House, and to win the White House. Let's bring in Rich Lowry, editor-in-chief of National Review, to join us now. Rich, good morning. Thanks for getting up early with us this morning. You know, I'm cataloging all these Democrats, Rich, that are starting to put their name on the list of those against Joe Biden. Do you think there's a breaking point? Is there one particular congressional Democrat that could make or break this decision for Joe Biden?
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. I think she's been the main driver here when it seemed as though Biden had stanched the bleeding a couple days after the debate by just saying, I'm not going, the elite's against me, forget it. She said, well, he hasn't decided yet, right? Which was her saying, you know what, Mr. President, you haven't decided until I decide that you've decided. So I think she kept this open. I think she's pushing it. I think she realizes he's a disaster. And the stages are, first they went Schumer, Pelosi, Jeffries privately to Biden and basically told him to go. Then they leaked. When he didn't go, then they leaked that they told him to go. And the next step is one of them going public. And that's when it really may be unsustainable. But I would expect, the frontline Democrats that you're talking about, all those dominoes seem to be falling. I mean, it's very notable. Sherrod Brown, no one's fool. You got to be pretty shrewd Democrat to survive in Ohio now, saying, look, Joe, this just isn't sustainable.
Well, Rich, even if Pelosi or Schumer or Jeffries goes public, that's the next card to play. And then reports are that Barack Obama is doing things behind the scenes. I think the question becomes, though, even with all of that, Rich, is it enough? Because it is Joe Biden's call. The reports are he gets sort of his hackles up. He gets upset if you push him. So can he withstand all this pressure?
I mean, if he wants to, in theory, yes, right? I mean, there's no lever. You can just say no. But this is a big game of chicken, and it has been since the debate, with Biden saying, I'm just going to plow ahead, and if you want to kneecap me in public, you're just making your inevitable nominee weaker against Donald Trump, this guy you hate and fear. So you better just get on board because I'm plowing ahead. And then with the Democratic Party saying, you know what, even if you say you're still running, we're going to make it a worthless nomination for you because we're going to publicly condemn you. The fundraising is going to dry up. The activists are going away. So you can say you're still running, Joe, but it'd be worthless to you. And I do think the Democratic Party seems to be winning that game of chicken at the moment. This nomination is a wasting asset for him every single day. It gets just a little bit less valuable with every public condemnation and the reports that the fundraising is drying up.
So really quickly, I got to go, Rich. More likely prediction. Kamala Harris is the nominee for Democrats, or Joe Biden limps across with a defunded, unsupported presidential campaign?
As of this moment, I would bet on Kamala Harris.
All right. Rich Lowry, National Review.
Yeah, I think it's pretty Nancy. There's reporting right now on Nancy Pelosi saying that she'd be up for an open contest, an open convention. And I think that is genuinely a devastating idea. I don't think it's a good idea at all. Pelosi voicing support for an open nomination process if Biden drops out. It quite literally immediately proves what AOC was saying about the Democrats not having like a clear-eyed vision on a swift replacement. Some California House Democrats don't want the process to replace the president on the ticket to seem like a Kamala Harris coronation. And I think that is a genuinely bad idea. I mean, it's good for content. Like, it's good for me from the content brain, but I think it's very bad overall for the Democratic Party's future prospects in this upcoming election. I think that spells chaos. It spells disorder. There is no world in which the entire American voter public that is like interested in voting turns around and says like, yeah, I like that the Democratic Party, which are supposed to be the adults in the room, cannot get their fucking ducks in a row, cannot get their shit in order before the goddamn convention, you know? I said this earlier, but when Biden held a rally in Michigan, Whitmer was off meeting with big Dem tech donors. I think they're trying to push out Harris in favor of Whitmer. I mean, I don't know if it's the best possible idea. This CNN article quotes you as a Democratic operative. Fuck it, I'm coconut pilled. I just want this to stop, said one well-known Democratic operative, referring to an online meme that is taken off from an old video. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? No, chat, that's not me. They did not ask me. Okay, this is an anonymous quote from a Dem operative that is well known. Why would they put me down as a Dem operative? Why would I give an anonymous quote? Your confidence in Kamala seems wild, to be honest. What Americans want is a new ticket. They want someone they can be happy with, and that will never be Kamala. Kamala is new. Kamala is young. Given the if Kamala has a solid team around her, which she currently doesn't, with good messaging, you absolutely could make a decent job out of Kamala Harris. She's 59. Yeah, guys, we're talking about the president. She's 32 years younger than the current person on the ticket. She is one Hasanabi. She is one Hasanabi or away. Or not 32, sorry. 22. Fuck, you're right. 2/3 Hasanabi away. I'm Black Boy Max younger. I feel like you're radically overvaluing Kamala and undervaluing the interest of chaos. No. The benefits of having more attention and more eyeballs on an open convention do not outweigh the consequences of having an open convention. So you're wrong. Like, if you guys think this is chaotic, an open convention where like everyone is talking about, oh my God, the Democrats finally got their wishes. They finally got Joe Biden out, but now they can't even fucking have a consensus candidate. That is real chaos. You have not seen real chaos until you see what that looks like in the media. That plays itself out. That plays itself out as like total disorder. Okay. Full tilt. Right now, there's like a little bit of will he, won't he situation. There's a little bit of interest, okay? But if they were to replace the ticket immediately, swiftly, and then start moving on and be like, this is the new party, this is the new modus operandi, we're gonna fucking go in a, we're going to take it to the next level. We're gonna take Joe Biden's vision and legacy, and we're gonna take it across the finish line, and we're gonna do even more than we did before. And they have solid messaging around it, and there's clarity, okay? And there is confidence. That's very different than like literally in the middle of fucking August, at the end of August, still not having a fucking candidate. I think that it is like, I think that absolutely rips away the final, like the limited amount of confidence that people might have that the Democratic Party is still like, doing the right thing. And are the adults in the room, because you have to remember the Democratic Party being the adults in the room is the number one benefit that they have over the Republicans. The Republicans are always chaotic. The Republicans are basically violent in their legislative agenda, but also beyond that, they can't figure out which direction they want to go in. Some of them try to be more moderate. Others are openly being contentious and openly being aggressive towards women's bodily autonomy in ways that remind people that they took away abortion, So people look to the Democratic Party as the party that's going to defend democracy. People look to the Republican Party as the party, whether good or bad, as the party that's going to do their willing, okay? Do their bidding, and follow through on their agenda, no matter how chaotic and undemocratic that agenda might be. Absolute brain dead takes. Biden dropping out now is literally handing Trump the election. So fucking dumb. Absolutely zero fucking evidence beyond this. Just simply coming in here with a little bit of heat and just dropping that in here. Like you just came in here with zero analysis and just vibes, okay? Just came in here hot and was like, no, you don't understand. The 82-year-old that everyone understands is brain capacity is deteriorated is actually the best possible person. If they do a quick swap out, it won't work, dude. Nah, dude, fuck that. You're so stupid. But thank you. Thank you for your input. What about the 13 keys, professor? Stop, dude, please. Are you guys joking? Is this a 3-minute ad break debate? Is that what it is? Is that what's happening? Sad but sleepy. Thank you for the 5 community gifted subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads. Bolshevik 98. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Top of the coconut. Yeah. Well, top of the hour. It is coconut time. Just kidding. It's 3-minute ad break time. Sabbath Sleepy, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Here's 3-minute ad break now. Kamala Harris also brings back certain demographics immediately into question. Like, the average American doesn't think as much as you guys do about politics. That's something you have to remember. I love this chatter. Said, fuck the commies. And the average Gen Zer even is going to be like, oh yeah, that's a younger person. I'm interested. I'm invested. That's why I say what Kamala Harris does, if she is appointed as the nominee, is very important in terms of messaging. Very, very important in terms of messaging. Because like when people are locked in and they go, oh, this is a new fresh face. This is a more vibrant candidate, is a more dynamic candidate. Then she has to play that part. Then she has to play that role. If she's barred out like she's been goofing around the entire time for the past 4 years, then it's going to be harder. Easier than Joe Biden, but hard nonetheless. Because every single person that is polling for Biden right now, in every single poll that is being conducted, is going to vote for whoever the fuck the blue person is, because their motivations for voting for Biden is not because they love Biden. Their motivations for voting for Biden, as demonstrated by those exact same polls, is that they don't want Donald Trump. That ambition was alive and well in 2020, and it certainly is alive and well in the 2024 election. We know that. We've seen it. Every poll shows that reality. So no matter what, no matter who is at the top of that ticket, they have all of Biden's votes that they will secure, and plus some more on top of that. This is the calculation that I'm making. The calculation I'm making is that there are no Biden or busters in the same way that there were Bernie or busters, right? Even though those were marginal as well. This is the part where libs say you can't trust the polls. I know. If you believe that, why not have an open convention? Oh, I've told you already. The reason why I don't think an open convention is a smart idea is because then you actually do have some people who are like, well, I'm a fucking loyalist for Newsom. It's kind of like this. Twitch streamers know not to poll which game to play next. And they just play it and they say, hey, if you like it, you watch. If you don't like it, you don't. Why? Because if you poll which game you want to play next, you will lose more people, because the people that really wanted you to play one game will just, out of anger, not fucking watch the other game. Okay? Not everyone, but a lot of people will turn around and go, oh, well, I voted for this fucking game, and now you're playing a different game. And you know what? Maybe I would have watched it, but I kind of don't want to watch that game that you're playing now. But beyond that, I'm trying to explain it to Twitch watchers as best as I can. But more importantly than that, I think that an open convention is dangerous. An open convention is specifically dangerous because it shows that there is no consensus. Like right now, Biden wants confidence from his party, and his party is not showing him confidence because they're seeing the polls. Okay? Biden is also relying on being able to get to the convention. True, democracy is always a bad idea. No, democracy comes after in the general election in this circumstance, but even then it's not a real democracy. I'm just telling you guys, if you want my analysis on this, an open convention, and by the way, democracy is always a bad idea. What the fuck are we talking about? In a lot of instances, democracy unironically is a bad idea. Here, I'll give you another fucking Twitch example, okay? Chatters don't know what content is. Chatters all have their own opinion on what is good content, which is precisely the reason why when we go to the chat and we ask chat like what I should do, chatters will be like, oh, don't do this thing. Don't debate Andrew Tate. It's not going to be good content. They're wrong. They're just fucking wrong. Sometimes it's good to steer the conversation in a direction that you know is adequate, is good, it's best, in order to max out the fun. Okay? Yeah. If I were to leave it up to chat, half the chat would be like, please watch this 7-hour documentary on the theory behind Maoist third worldism. Okay? Do you fucking want that? Is that what you want? Oh, Saturday fun day. Time to fucking watch a 3-hour documentary on Maoist Liberation Front. Sometimes it's good to limit the fucking options, okay? And then go, what do you want? Anyway, having said that, the Democrats already did that in the primaries. They fucking stopped the primary process from actually occurring by literally making sure that no one else in the Democratic Party that had any viability ran against Joe Biden, because they didn't want Joe Biden to go out and have to campaign in the primaries. They thought that he'd be weaker as a consequence of that. They thought that people would hear him and go, oh shit, he's old. That's precisely the reason why they already shut down the democracy part. Okay? As vice president, I see Joe Biden when the cameras are on and when the cameras are off, in the Oval Office, in the Situation Room, and on the campaign trail. Joe Biden is a leader who fights for the American people. More examples of holy shit, he ain't going to recover, and each bad example just compounds exponentially. Yes. So what ended up happening is, in this fucking dog shit primary season, when there was like no real primary, everyone was like, all right, well, Joe Biden's the candidate. Okay? Open convention is the best to restore trust in the sections of the voter base like Hispanics, young people, industrial belt. None of these people are coming out because, wow, she's younger than Joe Biden. She's being thrown into a defeat with no plan. No, the reason why I think Kamala Harris is like the swift replacement ticket is because it buys time to retriangulate the messaging around her. Okay? Because, again, time is of the essence in this circumstance. Like, making sure that you have... time is of the essence in this situation. Every moment is going to count, which is why Biden should have dropped out far before this moment. Okay? I'm not saying Kamala's chances are fucking absolute lock. I'm simply stating that Kamala's chances are better than Biden's. And given that this is a close contest right now, that's good enough and with only upsides. Having said that, however, if Kamala Harris is the swift replacement and then she sucks, then obviously that equation changes. Open contest, open convention, on the other hand, will create a panic environment, will show that the Democrats do not have a good lineage, like a good lineup, a good succession protocol. You will have people with their own dogs in the fight. You will have people that will at a moment when, you know, the Democratic Party needs to be united, you will have people fighting against one another openly. The media will love the drama. Cenk disagrees with you on this. I know. I think he'll come around to this. Cenk has been right about the obvious need to replace Joe Biden because he's so fucking old. Just like I was right on that front. Cenk and I have a disagreement on the open primaries. I think not open primaries, open convention. We have a difference in opinion on that front, but it doesn't matter. I'm telling you what my position is on the matter. Democrats, number one, the Democratic Party's number one benefit over the Republican Party right now is that they're supposed to be the adults in the room. The Republicans are divided. The Republicans are chaotic. The Republicans spell disorder. They're led by a guy who wants to be a dictator. These are all of the concerns that the voters have about the Republican Party, and that's why they say they're never going to vote for Donald Trump. If Democrats give up on that, if Democrats basically cast that aside, okay, if they just drop that, then they have nothing. They just have abortion. That's it. And as time passes, less and less people remember abortion and how Republicans took that away. I don't think Kamala Harris is the best possible replacement. You guys know who I think is a better replacement than Kamala Harris. I've said Gretchen Whitmer. I think J.B. Pritzker would be fine. I think there are better Democrats out there. Okay? I do. They have proven track records. They're very popular, and they could captivate the Rust Belt. Having said that, however, Kamala Harris already being on the ticket plays a major role in this situation, because it's a way to basically say, well, Joe Biden, this is the person that you chose to replace you. This is the person that you said would be great as president. That's why you fucking made her your vice president. It's a way to also save the Democratic Party's attitude, because then you can just simply say, no, you don't understand. Joe Biden always knew that Kamala Harris would be a phenomenal president, and that's why he chose her as his VP. This is a way to continue the legacy of Joe Biden and the legacy of the past 4 years and the policies of the past 4 years. Now, obviously, you and I might not agree with that narrative. Like, I mean, what fucking legacy? Who gives a shit? Fuck Joe Biden. But that makes a coherent replacement narrative that you can set, that you can campaign on. Random person coming in at the last second, on the other hand, makes it seem like maybe Joe Biden's legacy is dog shit. And then people go, well, why the fuck am I voting for the Democrats again then? Because the past 4 years, they just sucked then, I guess. They don't even have any confidence in their own administration. Why the fuck should I have confidence in them? Electoral politics, braindass. My job is to do this, okay? This is my job. Yes, if you're not invested at all, and if you don't care, and you're like, oh, it's just a bourgeois democracy, who gives a fuck? Both parties represent the interests of the wealthy. I agree with you. But, like, this isn't for you then. You know what I mean? This is not analysis that you should be even interested in remotely, because it won't move the needle for you anyway. Right? But what I'm doing here is for a much larger audience of people who do care about it, who do care about elections. And of course, I'm going to be covering and I'm going to give you my analysis on the election during the election cycle. Like, that would be crazy. Question to you, awesome person. What's more important to Biden, the Democratic Party's wins or to protect his ego? Right now, it's to protect his ego. Jink on the open convention. Who want me? No, 100%. No, that's not correct. Okay? You can't come at Unc like that. Okay? Unc was 100% right. He never said that he was running because he thought he would win. He said that he was running for two reasons. One, because he thinks it's dog shit that you can be a naturalized U.S. citizen and then still not be able to, run for president. But more importantly than that, his major role was because he thought, perhaps foolishly, that if he got any votes whatsoever, he could possibly get other actually viable candidates to run against Joe Biden, because he thought Joe Biden is far too old and the voters are going to recognize it. And that the things that we are experiencing right now, the things that we're watching, the things that we're talking about, that literally came true were his predictions. So I think it's unfair to say, oh, Unc, he was just running because he thought he's delusional and he thought he can win. Like, he never thought that. And he was good. He was pretty open about that as well, for the record. So anyway, yeah, analysis was correct, but execution was not. And it was a Hail Mary attempt with a low chance of success. Doesn't matter. He put his fucking balls on the table. Okay. He did. He put himself out there. And he got, thoroughly embarrassed by a lot of people. But ultimately, he was 100% right. He was 100% right on the analysis. And that's what matters. He's a political commentator. Okay? It's just, that's it.
Again, this half hour with our political rundown, our White House correspondent, Mary.
Women voters won't forget the GOP stripping their rights, dumbass. Oh, that's so cute and wonderful that you're saying that. Because women voters are currently voting for the Democratic Party by lower margins than male voters are voting for the Republican Party. So I guess they might have forgotten. Don't fucking come in here with this stupid ass fucking narrative if you have no goddamn poll data to back up your statements, okay? White women voted for Donald Trump both times, okay? That's the majority of women in this fucking country. 60% of the country is white. More than 60% of the country is white. 52% of white women voted for Donald Trump. That's a lot of people. No, not 60% of white women, 52% of white women.
Alice Parks and contributing political correspondent Rachel Bade are joining us from Washington this morning. Good morning.
Majority of the poll data is absolute garbage and biased anyway. Let's be real. Anyway, okay. Anyway. Yeah, polls are fake. You're a nerd for caring about it. Except, you know what's real? There's never an alternative, by the way. It is the most reliable data available. There's nothing else. So I hate when people just go, polls are fucking bullshit. Remember 2016? When you're right, that was the last time polls were fucking bullshit. But since then, everyone always goes, polls are fucking fake. You know what's reliable? I don't know. Nothing. They never have an alternative to draw from. They just fucking go, polls are fake, and then that's it. There's a lot of data about people hating both parties too, and that candidates are subpar that would like an open convention. Do you think that people will act like they're on Twitter on live TV? Is there data on the people not voting for Biden or blue, no matter who you are looking for, the adults in the room? You said so many things, and I'm so confused by this statement. Maybe my brain is not processing well enough, but I don't understand what you just said. Like, I have no idea what you just said. You just yapped a little bit. You are discounting the effect of content. The straight week of news coverage that would result from an open convention would generate levels of excitement for Democrats not seen since 2020. Having even a facsimile of democracy after such dogshit primary would be refreshing and allow Palestine to rise to the forefront of the issues, especially with the march on the DNC right outside. You're fucking delusional. Oh, I think that I have too many fucking anarchists in this community. Like you said, Palestine would be on the forefront of the issues. Like, that's like fan fiction beyond comprehension. Israel has killed 40,000 Palestinians minimum, okay, in the past 10 months. And Gaza is important for key demographics, the youth vote, and specifically in Michigan, right? That's very important. That's very, very important. Yes, the Lancet study's estimation is 186,000, but you guys don't know what that fucking number actually represents. It is not 187,000 right now. You didn't even look at the Lancet's. You didn't even look at the Lancet paper. You're just repeating it because you saw the fucking headline. Shut up. Okay? Long term, 186,000 is a conservative estimate for long-term deaths as a consequence of Israel's campaign in Gaza. Okay? Is an estimation, a conservative estimation, but that's it. It's an estimation. Stop trying to correct me every time I say a number. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, it's indirect deaths. It's indirect deaths. I know. Lancet is not a bad journal. It's a great journal. You're wrong about that, though. If you don't disregard polls, why are you disregarding Kamala's terrible approval rating like Biden's? Great question. Kamala Harris's approval rating is VP approval rating. If the P approval rating is low, the VP approval rating is going to be low as well. Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket is an opportunity to completely fucking change the agenda, or rather to refocus the attention at the presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. And by the way, Kamala Harris ran a dog shit primary campaign, if you guys remember. Okay? The American people want someone who is not Donald Trump who can speak. I think that Kamala Harris is not Donald Trump and she can speak. That's it.
To you both. Mary Alice, let's start with you. And the pressure on President Biden is growing for him to step aside. When does a decision need to be made here?
Technically, not until the delegates vote. I mean, Democrats' convention is August 19th in Chicago. Many states have deadlines where names have to be formally submitted for ballots to be printed the days or even the day after the convention. So Democratic lawyers...
That's the other thing. It's like, if there is a contested convention, like, it can run beyond the dates of the convention too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Kamala is also more popular than Joe Biden, which is not saying much because Biden is fucking underwater. Kamala's disapproval is at 50%, approvals at 38.6. Biden's disapproval is at 56%, approvals at 38.5. A YouGov poll conducted more Democrats and independents who lean Democrat prefer Biden over Harris as the nominee, 47 to 32. While 21% said they weren't sure, margin of error, 4%. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, this is the reason why I said that the replacement must be swift, and then Kamala Harris has to fucking start campaigning like a demon. I was curious, so here's Trump. Yeah, Trump has 38.6% approval, 57.9% disapproval. Are you getting a press pass for the DNC? Yeah. One reason I doubt there will be a mini primary now is that I don't think one of the other major candidates would run. There's not enough time for them to win support. The process would be too unclear. Party is too exhausted. Harris looks too strong. People shouldn't underestimate how closely party elites have been watching her these last few weeks and how much she's shifted opinions in her favor. You might get some token opposition from people who want to raise their profiles, do CNN town halls, etc., which could be good for Harris because her win would be both contested and overwhelming, but strongly doubt you get Newsom. Whitmer already said she won't run. Shapiro, Bashar, etc. Safer for them to position VP for 2028. Those are last term's poll numbers. 53.9%. He's plus 12% unfavorable. His favorability is at 41.5. His unfavorability is at 53.9. If Biden had stepped aside weeks ago, it might have been different. If Jamie Harrison had been thinking through options rather than making himself a Biden no matter what guy, maybe it would have been different. But that's my read of where the party is now. Caveats, everything is fluid. Biden might still refuse to step aside if Harris falters. That could change sentiment, etc. Do I really think Harris can beat Trump? I think, depending on how this campaign restructures itself and how it messages going forward, yes. Yes, I do. There are so many factors at play, obviously. There are so many factors at play. Who her vice presidential pick is, because people will care about that this time around. Okay? Perhaps a little bit more than they normally would, because this is a unique predicament. All of the polling being conducted right now is being conducted as Biden is refusing to step down. All of the polling being conducted right now is being conducted at a time when Kamala Harris's approval rating is still tied to the president, okay? Which is why it's lower than it would be. Like, if she's the governor of her own state, then her approval rating would be unimaginably high. This does not reflect the fucking presidential ticket at all. It's like looking at Gretchen Whitmer's approval rating currently and then comparing it to Kamala Harris. It's like, no, that's her own person. That's being analyzed by herself. Kamala Harris as the VP, which is a less significant, which is basically a secondary to the actual administration. If the administration is actually unpopular, then yeah, obviously Kamala Harris is going to be seen as unpopular as well. What do you think of the earned free media coverage value will be if it's a totally new ticket? It's going to be insane value. The adults in the room, Meta is no longer in the room with us, I'm afraid. No, I think that is the most important part about it, because you can still message around like, we got together and we did the right thing. Joe Biden is actually, Joe Biden actually came to this on his own because he's an adult and he wants to save democracy. And that's why he knows he's fully confident in Kamala Harris. That's why he chose Kamala Harris as his vice president 4 fucking years ago. Like, that completely takes the conversation, that completely destroys the narrative. Like, oh, Democrats are so chaotic. They're so crazy. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I've talked to say that they know they could still face some challenges if Biden were to drop out, because primaries have already happened. But as long as something is done by that convention, they feel okay. Now, of course, we know the Democratic Party is considering this potential virtual roll call. Actually, the first week of August, delegates would vote ahead of time. They're going to finalize those plans next week. So if they don't move that virtual roll call, then I think that really becomes the deadline. No one wants to fight after delegates have voted. But look, that's sort of the legal, formal side. Politically, I would say something has to budge this week. I mean, this staring contest between the Biden campaign and leaders in his own party is not sustainable. It is now clear that Democratic leaders on Capitol Hill are actually seeking a change. It's too much for Biden to ignore.
And Rachel, let's bring you in now. We just heard Mary Alice say something has to budge this week. We know dozens of Democratic lawmakers have already called for Biden to leave the ticket. What are you hearing about that? Is the president taking these calls seriously? Is he considering this?
I mean, well, he certainly should be. 35 lawmakers are now on record calling for him to step aside, and more than a dozen of those actually just came out in the last 24 hours, suggesting that the momentum is very much moving against him. But I would just tell you that more than the numbers, more important than the numbers, is actually what's going on behind the scenes, this sort of unprecedented lobbying campaign by Biden's own allies in Congress who want him to go. It has basically become this staring contest and battle of wills between President Biden and Nancy Pelosi, the former speaker. She's the one who's sort of organizing behind the scenes, sort of rallying members who are concerned about Biden to come out publicly and put pressure on him behind the scenes. So, you know, these two were originally allies for a long time, and now I have been told by one of her closest folks in her inner circle that the speaker does not want to call on Biden to resign, but she will do everything in her power to make sure it happens.
All right, and Mary Alice, you were in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention this week, selling their platform to voters. That was their goal. So did they do it?
Most of the week, I felt so. I mean, the momentum was there. People were excited about the pick of J.D. Vance for the running mate. They were focused on the issues. They were talking about crime and fentanyl and Israel. I mean, schools, these are issues that matter to voters. The momentum really fell out with Trump's own speech. I mean, I think that was a missed opportunity. He could have spiked the football. I mean, we are talking about Democrats in disarray. We know voters are concerned about Biden. I mean, the former president survived an assassination attempt. That rallies, of course, people to his side.
That's so
and we
funny.
thought it was going to be a different kind of speech. We thought he was going to really make an appeal to moderates,
you were
to
wrong.
independent voters. But after about the first 20 minutes, it was so clearly not that. I mean, he reverted back to his typical talking points. Incredibly offensive, flat out false language about immigrants. I mean, Americans care about the border, but when he veers into that level of conversation, talking about using the military for mass deportations, rounding up millions of people, retribution, dark language about the country, sweeping attacks on Democrats, it's frankly not the language that appeals to moderate or independent voters. There was very little policy discussion. So again, I think it was a missed opportunity on his part.
And Rachel, let's stay on Trump for a moment, because we know campaigns are not just built around the candidates, but also their opponents. So how are Republicans now responding to the Democrats' effort to push Biden out?
Well, look, Republicans actually want Biden to be atop the ticket because they think they can actually beat him and that he's the best person that they have the opportunity to take down. So you have two efforts sort of going on behind the scenes. Number one, you have this talk about suing to keep Biden on the ballots in these swing states. Republicans think that there are a number of local laws and regulations they can sort of look to, point to try to use the legal system to keep Biden atop the ballot.
That's weird. Perhaps that should be a inclination for those who are still holding out. I'm just saying. Perhaps any sound-minded person who wants the Democrats to win, or at least the Republicans to not win, would look at this motivation from the Republican Party and go, maybe the candidate is not the best possible candidate. You're kicking Joe Biden while he's bravely battling COVID? Yes, true. I am doing that. I don't care.
Even if he tries to step aside. And there's a second thing, too. They're doing a bunch of opposition research right now behind the scenes, just in case. I mean, you saw this happen a little bit at the convention this week. A lot of Republicans attacking Vice President Kamala Harris, just in case she's the person that ends up atop the ticket. But they're also looking into Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, and a few others, just in case they're the ones who are going to be the folks they stand off with.
All right, Rachel Bade and Mary Alice Parks, thank you both so very much. Always appreciate your analysis here.
Former President Trump heads back out on the campaign trail today as the Republican presidential nominee. He'll hold his first rally since the shooting this evening in the battleground state of Michigan. And he'll be accompanied for the first time by his vice presidential pick, Senator J.D. Vance. This follows his keynote speech Thursday night at the Republican National Convention. Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us from Grand Rapids with more details. Caitlin, good morning.
Good morning. Well, this arena behind me is where Donald Trump and J.D. Vance will be campaigning together for the first time. Now, notably, this event is going to be indoors and security is...
You said for 4 years Harris has no charisma. Do you really think she even has a chance against Trump? Wait, Kamala Harris has no charisma. You're not wrong. Having said that, however, you know who else has no charisma? Joseph Robinette Biden, who can't even fucking speak clearly, and yet he's still in a fucking 50-50 deadlock. So, yeah, no, I think I'm going to take my chances with the person who can speak with no charisma versus the person who can't speak with no charisma.
Heightened. As you can see behind me, people are already lining up to see the Republican presidential ticket.
I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you.
For the first time in a public setting, former President Donald Trump detailed the attempt on his life.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here.
In a record 92-minute-long address to the Republican National Convention, Trump called for unity, but also issued a list of political grievances, typical of his campaign rallies, venturing off script to criticize President Biden.
The damage that he's done to this country is unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
With the party now united behind them, Trump and Vance are campaigning together for the first time as a presidential ticket in the key battleground state of Michigan, a sign they see the Midwest as their path to victory. And on Friday, Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke by phone, with Trump calling it a very good phone call and pledging to end the war in Ukraine if elected.
Thank God it wasn't a perfect phone call, am I right? Last time he had one of those, let's just say it hurt him a little bit later down the line.
A notable exchange, given both Trump and Vance have been highly critical of sending aid to the country.
And after today, the campaign kicks into high gear with a slate of rallies scheduled for next week in Ohio, Virginia, and North Carolina. And 2 of those rallies will mark the first time J.D. Vance campaigns solo as the vice presidential pick. Dana?
All right, Caitlin Huey-Burns, thank you.
The Secret Service is under intense scrutiny following the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at his Pennsylvania campaign rally 1 week ago. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle is set to testify before the House Oversight Committee on Monday. The committee's Republican Chairman James Comer and Ranking Democrat Jamie Raskin rejected Cheadle's request to testify later in the week. In a statement, Comer called the shooting an historic security failure on the part of the Secret Service. On Friday, funeral services were held for the rally-goer killed in the shooting, firefighter Corey Comparator. Charlie DeMar was there and spoke to a doctor who treated the former president at the hospital.
A community in mourning. Dozens of fire trucks formed a procession through Freeport, Pennsylvania to honor 50-year-old.
Yeah, it feels like a month has passed and it's literally on its 7th day. Media cycle has been so nutty this past week that Donald Trump was almost assassinated 7 days ago at this point. Think about that. Only 7 days ago, dude.
Old Corey Comparator, the retired firefighter and father who died shielding his family from gunfire at Saturday's rally. Firefighters from as far away as Florida joined residents as his casket was draped with an American flag.
It's an emotional feeling. He served our country. He served his community and his family.
His wife and 2 daughters were among the mourners. Also paying tribute, former President Donald Trump, appearing on stage Thursday night with Comparator's uniform. Trump kissed his helmet during a speech at the Republican National Convention.
He lost his life selflessly acting as a human shield to protect them from flying bullets. He went right over the top of them and was hit. What a fine man he was.
2 other victims shot at the rally, 57-year-old David Dutch and 74-year-old James Copenhaver, remain hospitalized in serious condition. The former president was treated at Butler Memorial Hospital. He did not require stitches.
When I heard the call, you're thinking worst case scenario.
Dr. David Rottinghouse says his staff coordinated with the Secret Service well in advance of the rally.
It was surreal. You prepare for things like this, you don't necessarily prepare to receive a president or former president.
A law enforcement source confirmed to CBS News that just before the assassination attempt against Trump, the gunman's father called 911.
Bro's talking like he did open heart surgery on Trump. He gave him a Band-Aid, bro. You gave him a Band-Aid. That's it. Like, it's not even a joke. That's literally what the procedure was. He didn't even need fucking stitches. They gave him a napkin and a Band-Aid and we're like, here you go, Mr. President. That's crazy, dude. I mean, this man has so much plot armor. It pisses me off, honestly. Like, this motherfucker got a cool-ass injury with like basically nothing, like no health complications, nothing. Like it could have gotten so much worse for him. Even if he did survive, it could have been so much worse for him. Real main character shit right here. I mean, I'm serious. He got COVID right before an election though, so don't forget that, and that lost it for him. So bad things do happen to him. Yeah. Look who has COVID now though. God was like, yo, my bad, Trump. I got you this time, homie. That's what God's saying now, okay?
911, concerned about his son and his whereabouts.
We have also learned that a top priority for investigators is gaining access to encrypted sites that the shooter may have used. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Charlie DeMar, Butler, Pennsylvania.
All right, we're going to talk about...
And now to the Israel-Hamas war. Yemen Houthi...
Yeah, we're going to talk briefly about what's going on. As you guys know, during the RNC, Tel Aviv was struck with what people thought was a car bomb originally. It turns out it was a drone strike. It was a drone, okay? Now, that was unique. People were like, damn, it must be Hezbollah, right? It must be Hezbollah because it must be Hezbollah because like they had drone footage over whatever. I myself thought maybe it is Hezbollah, maybe it's retaliation. And then out of nowhere, it's the motherfucking Houthis, dude. Out of nowhere, they're like, no, actually, we did that shit. They sent a goddamn drone that penetrated Israeli air defenses. Incredible. Like, that's unheard of, okay? That is unheard of. One person died in Tel Aviv. I think one person was injured. But it's like crazy to think. Like, this is a completely new planet we're living on, okay? Straight up. Completely new planet. Like, it's over. Like, this destroys the security veil that the Israeli government desperately wants to maintain so goddamn hard. Yeah, Houthis claimed it an hour after, called it a quality strike. I think 7 people were injured overall, and one of those ended up dying. Yeah, one person died. I thought it was one person injured, but I guess 7 people got injured. No, it was not a tiny drone. It was a big drone. It was a drone that has like, I guess, the footprint of like a car. It was like pretty massive. I bet you they weren't even doing it to defend Palestine. Fuck you mean they weren't doing it to defend Palestine? They have been very open about their motivations from the jump. Like, there is no reason to make false inferences. They had these targeting capabilities, it seems. They've never applied them. They've never utilized them. I suspect that what they have to say on the matter is somewhat important. You know what I mean? And they say it all the time. They keep saying, like, no, we're doing this because Israel's doing genocide in Gaza, which is true. Israel is doing genocide in Gaza.
Rebels are claiming responsibility for the drone strike near the U.S. Embassy in Tel Aviv. 1 person was killed, 8 others injured in the attack. This is the first time the Iran-backed militants are known to have hit Tel Aviv, signaling what could be a major escalation in the region. ABC News foreign correspondent Britt Clennett is in Jerusalem now, following the very latest. Britt, what more do we know about how the Houthis carried out this attack and Israel's response here? Because how was this drone not detected any earlier?
Well, I think that's a question that a lot of Israelis, especially in Tel Aviv, are asking. The Israeli military says it's investigating why, as you say, it did not identify, attack or intercept this Iranian-made drone. It was an attack on Tel Aviv, which, as you say, the Houthis claim responsibility for. But these questions are mounting. Why no sirens? Why no one detected this coming from miles away? Israel really prides itself, as you know, Gio, on its air defense system, not just the famous Iron Dome, but it has other layers of air defense too. But in this case, it failed, and that led to the most serious attack in Tel Aviv since October 7th, triggering really a sense of unease when there has been a relative calm and security in the city. And so there are worries among residents of more to come, with the Houthis vowing to continue these kinds of attacks, Gio.
And when you just said October 7th, Britt, I mean, this reminds us that we are now 9 months into this war. You just spoke to a former IDF soldier. What did they tell you?
Yuval Green is a former IDF combat medic. He's one of the very few Israeli soldiers who have served in Gaza to speak out publicly against the Israel-Hamas war. Now, he told us we have to put our pressure into finishing this war. Let's take a listen to what he had to say. Why are you speaking out?
We have to agree to a deal that would say that all the hostages would be released and the war would end and Israel won't be able to further keep it, because this is horrible. Palestinians have been dying. The destruction I've seen in Gaza is just behind every imagination. You can't imagine it.
Now, Green's frustration over the lack of progress on the hostage deal is widely shared in Israel, and it comes as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to travel to the U.S. next week. It's a trip hosted by the Republicans, but he is expected to speak in Congress on Wednesday, and there has been a lot of positive rhetoric from the U.S. side towards getting this ceasefire and hostage deal done. But, you know, here on the ground, there's far less optimism, with some Israelis accusing the PM of dragging his feet.
Oh, so many people suffering and thinking about how to move forward here. Britt Clennett, as always, thank you so much for your reporting there in Israel.
Welcome back. I want to bring you an update to that breaking news I brought you just a short while ago about reports of strikes on oil refineries.
Do you think that they will ramp up attacks on Yemen now? Well, you have your answer. Israel strikes launched against Houthi-led Yemeni city day after the Tel Aviv attack.
There is in the Yemen port city of Hodeidah. Well, the Israel Defense Force have confirmed that they, in fact, were behind those strikes. In a statement, they said that a short while ago, IDF jets struck military targets of the Houthi terrorist regime in the area of Hodeidah in Yemen in response to the hundreds of attacks carried out against the state of Israel in recent months. The statement continues, there is no change in the Home Front Command's defensive guidelines. In the case of a change to these guidelines, I'll update the public accordingly. Of course, the Houthis were blamed for a strike that hit Tel Aviv, a drone strike that killed at least one person. And the Houthis have, of course, been continually attacking international shipping in and around the Red Sea, they say, in solidarity with the situation in Gaza. It is reported this is the first time that Israel has struck Yemen in response to some of those ongoing Houthi attacks. Of course, Yemen is over 1,000 miles from Israel, but the IDF confirming that fighter jets struck military targets in the port city.
Yeah, the one speed that America, the coalition forces, and like Israel has is basically this, right? They just keep bombing Yemen. They're like, when all else fails, let's just fucking blow up their infrastructure. Like, they blew up the port, okay? And it's like, dude, it didn't work. Why are you guys, even if you don't care about, like, the human beings, right? I don't know why they just keep doing this. Like, they're like, oh, eye for an eye, fuck you. We're always going to escalate. You know, you fucking droned us. How dare you? That was embarrassing. That was disrespectful. Like, we're just going to obviously respond with orders of magnitude worse. All right, yeah, today the Houthis found out. And it's like, dude, I don't think posting through it is going to help you.
Damn, this guy's good.